Hello, welcome back to my channel where you will get all the tech tips and information that you did not even know you needed. Please subscribe. When you subscribe, that really helps me out to help me continue to make this content. So I am really excited today to talk about this topic. A lot of people ask me what apps are okay to install for their kids. You know, their kid is asking for a specific app and they want to do some research on it. It's one of the most common questions I get. So I'm going to run down a few app groups that you need to watch out for.
Hello friends, I'm Sarah Kimmel, your friendly neighborhood tech expert. You can find me helping families with tech problems on TV news, podcasts, Instagram, Facebook, and my website, FamilyTechZone.com.
All right, welcome back. We're going to dig right into the apps that you need to watch out for on your kids' devices. The first one is going to be Vault apps. What a Vault app is it looks like something else, but when you open it, it's actually somewhere they can hide different photos, videos, messages, texts, anything like that. They can hide inside these Vault apps. So some of the most common Vault apps are a calculator, a clock, a compass. So all these things that kind of look like tools that aren't actually tools. When you click on it, it requires a passcode and it opens up this Vault app. So when you are getting a request for an app that looks like it's a tool that should already be included in the phone, like a calculator and like a clock, then definitely look more into that app and see if it is labeled as a Vault app and see what the App Store or the Google Play Store is saying about that particular app so that you can make sure you don't let your child install a Vault app unknowingly. The second type of application is one we've actually already talked about on this channel, and it is a VPN app. Definitely check out that video if you have not seen it yet. It is a very common way for kids to get around parental controls. So a VPN is a virtual private network, and what it does is it virtually takes the device and puts it on a different network. Now there are some legitimate VPNs like Verizon Family Safety. They have a VPN. Bark has a VPN. There are VPNs that come with different parental control applications, and that's either just going to force it back to the protected network, or it's going to force it onto a network that you have control over. So those are good VPNs, but anything else that your kid is wanting to install that says VPN anywhere in the title, definitely do not let them install it. It is a way for them to circumvent any parental controls that you have on your network and any parental controls that they have on their network at school. So definitely VPN is a no-go in this house. Next up, we have live streaming applications. So a lot of these live streaming applications have a hard time filtering content. So there can be a lot of inappropriate content available through these live streaming applications. So one of the most popular ones obviously is Twitch. Gamers use Twitch to live stream their gaming so that people can watch them play their games. I don't ever get that, but you know, it's the same thing me watching sports. I'm watching somebody else play a sport instead of actually playing the sport. My kids like to watch someone else play games instead of play games themselves. I don't get it, but it is something that they enjoy. So certain channels of Twitch can be very inappropriate and certain ones can be fine. So you really, if you're gonna allow something like Twitch, you know, make sure you understand exactly what they're doing in that platform and what is going on and what they're watching. Or, you know, make sure you're only able to watch these live streaming in a public place, like in the family room or in the kitchen, and, you know, definitely not in a bedroom or any other secluded place in your house. There are several other live streaming applications like Bigo, LiveMe, Gaga Hide, there's a ton. So I would just be careful of any other live streaming applications because not only can they see inappropriate content, but they could actually live stream themselves doing something inappropriate, and if they're not even careful, they could live stream and give away personal information about themselves, where they go to school, what they do, where they live, things like that. So it's definitely something that you need to be aware of. So live streaming applications, I would say for my house, younger kids, definitely a no-go. So anything that is a live streaming application would be something to watch out for. Next up, we have anonymous apps. Now, these are applications where technically you're anonymous. So you can post something anonymously and nobody can trace it back to you. You can, post questions. A lot of bullying and things like that happen in these anonymous applications, and even inappropriate content. So they can come across a lot of things that are inappropriate, especially when people are posting anonymously. They are not really concerned about what they're posting because it can't necessarily be traced back to them. So Yik Yak is a terrible one, still not available in Android, but it is available now again in the Apple App Store. Ask FM is another one. Whisper is another one. These are all things where people can post anonymously. Again, a lot of bullying, a lot of inappropriate content. I would just be very careful of any anonymous application. Next up, we have apps that allow you to meet strangers. Now, hopefully this one's a no-brainer for a lot of people. I don't want my kids interacting with strangers online because I don't know who they are. I don't know what their intentions are. So I'm going to say a no-go on any meeting up with strangers. Omegle is a terrible website where kids can meet up with strangers. They have a app called Omega, and so you definitely want to make sure to block that application or not allow it anytime that request comes through. There's also Meet Me and Wink. Some of these, and Holla. A lot of these actually tie into Snapchat, so it's a way to meet strangers and find new people to interact with on Snapchat. Again, I don't like my kids interacting with strangers online, especially before a certain age, so those are going to be a no-go for me in my house. Next up, we have dating apps. Most dating apps, I would say, are 18 and over. I feel like, again, this one should be a no-brainer. We don't want our kids meeting up with people to date before they're 18. So, like I said, all of the different like Tinder and Bumble and OkCupid, all of these dating applications, I would definitely watch out for and make sure to not allow any of those on my children's devices. Like I said, most of them are 18 and over, but if the kid lies about their age, obviously they can get access to that application. So definitely a no-go on the dating apps in this house. This next one's going to be just a little bit controversial because it is social media. So a lot of social media opens up at the age of 13. I would say some social media is still not appropriate for 13-year-olds, and you might want to hold off on that as long as you can, maybe 16 years old. 16 is when I'm saying Snapchat is probably okay, because at that point, they're 2 years away from leaving your house. They need to start learning how to manage their own technology and managing themselves on technology. So as they age up, I would open up more social media applications. A good early access social media app is the Facebook Messenger. You can do Marco Polo. All of these things are great ways to kind of introduce social media, but I would be very careful of anything that has messaging. Like if you didn't know that Pinterest has messaging, you can direct message people on Pinterest. Pinterest also has videos that are similar to TikTok. So if you didn't want TikTok and you are allowing Pinterest, they can probably view most of the TikTok videos and a lot of inappropriate videos within Pinterest. So be aware of that. Twitter, there is so much inappropriate content on Twitter. I would definitely just block that one altogether. It is on my list of websites that you should absolutely block for your kids. I use Twitter, but again, I'm an adult. I can avoid those things when I need to. I've already talked about Discord as well in that same websites to block. I don't like Discord for younger kids and early teenagers. Again, there is so many inappropriate servers. There's a lot of interaction with strangers. You can do a lot on Discord that is not really my cup of tea. So for younger kids, again, I would block Discord. I would block Kik, K-I-K, all of these different social media applications that aren't necessarily appropriate for a 13-year-old, even though a 13-year-old is able to access it because the age restriction is 13. So Those are the breakdown of apps that you should watch out for on your kids' devices. Make sure you are approving apps. I do this for all ages. I want to know exactly what apps my children are using on their devices, so that one is a non-negotiable in this house. So make sure you're approving apps for them to install and checking to see what applications they're using on a regular basis through your monitoring and parental control applications, either through Google Family Link or through a third-party application or through Apple's Screen Time. So make sure you're approving applications. If any of these come across your plate to approve, I would say no, unless, again, if they're a little bit older, you can judge that on your own situation. But these are the ones that I would keep on my radar and make sure not to enable. So make sure you are subscribed to Family Tech. I do these videos every Thursday that have tech tips. I review products throughout the week sometimes. I answer DMs on Instagram for the most part. If you have any questions you want to ask me, if you have any problems, anything you need figured out on technology, go ahead and direct message me on Instagram. I am at Family Tech on all social media platforms. So we will see you over there and talk to you next Thursday.